Hello everybody, it's Blaze55. Welcome to my brand new, freshly revised tutorial on my automatic tree farm. Now this design, like my old design, it uses bone meal to grow the trees, and it has a leaf crusher which crushes up all the leaves, which drops some saplings down, and then it stores the wood in a nice big block for you to come along and pick it up all yourself. Now this design took me a fair while to do. There'll be a behind the scenes video coming out in another couple of weeks, and you'll be able to see a time lapse of me building this thing. I came up with it completely by myself. It is inspired by a couple of other people's designs, but in the video you'll see that I did come up with it by myself. I'm trying lots of different things to make it work. In the end it came together really well. This design is much cheaper than any other design I've seen. If you look in my inventory now, you'll see that it only uses one sticky piston, 10 hoppers, only 2 repeaters, which is a big difference to lots of other designs. It just uses straight redstone, which is much cheaper than repeaters. As you can see, it uses a fair few pistons here. This is for this huge piston wall here, which stores all the wood, as we'll see in a second. And the other thing that we have most of is just building blocks. For making it, you can use whatever material you want, really. I've got some glass here, that's just for filler blocks, we'll see that later. It stops leaves from growing in places we don't want it to. And then we'll need some saplings, bone meal, and maybe some signs if you want, just to test the farm out during the stages of building it. Using this farm is very simple. All you've got to do is come along here and stand this pressure plate, and you should hear that this dispenser starts going off, and you hear this ticking sound. Now what you're going to do is put the bone meal into this chest here. You need a fair bit of it, because this farm does use a lot of it. If you're wondering where you can get bone meal from, then I've got a tutorial on a skeleton farm which you can use to get most of it. Now what you have to do, you have to be standing this pressure plate because it sets off the clock, and you'll see the dispenser will fill up with bone meal. All we've got to do is hold down, right click, like this, and as you can see, trees will start to grow, and once they've grown, the farm will push them across. Now you can AFK like this, just holding down your right mouse button to let them grow. As you can see, sometimes they take a fair while, but eventually they do grow. Don't worry about the leaves, they'll either get crushed up into saplings like this one down here, and those saplings will go into these chests and you'll get apples out of there. Now once you've done, you've just got to step off the pressure plate, and you'll see that the wood just gets piled up here. Eventually the wood will come across to the end here, then it'll get pushed forward, and if you stay here for long enough you have a huge block of wood. But all you've got to do is come along here and just dig straight through it, just like this. Much easier than just going around to single trees. Alright guys, it's tutorial time. And if at any point through this tutorial you don't know what I'm talking about, or you don't see what I've done, then there's a word download in the description which you can download and check out for yourself. And if you still don't understand what's happening, then comment down in the comment section and I'll come and help you. I'm happy to do so. So to start off, put a pressure plate on top of a block. This is where you're going to stand and reach out and, yeah, place the saplings down. Now coming out of the bottom of this block, we can have a line of redstone. Coming along here, 2 out and 2 down like that. Redstone on all of those. Now this can be, of course, be whatever block you want, as long as they're full blocks. Got a redstone torch at the end of that. And then 1 down, like so. Redstone there, and it's going to be powered. Let's come up like this and pay close attention. We're going to have a little shape like that. Come up 1, and then 2 blocks up again, like so. We cover all of these in redstone, except for that one. And then we chuck redstone torches on both those and they should turn off. And then when you come across here and stand on here, we should see that redstone flashes really fast. Now we're going to get our dirt block right here. It's going to go 2 across, 3 across, and then 1 up, like so. You have a stone slab like that, so it's on eye level. Then we're going to have our dropper facing up, and our dispenser facing onto the dirt here, just like this. And on top of the dispenser, we put a full block, a slab there, and then redstone on top of that. So there we go. Make sure the dropper's facing into the dispenser. So what should happen, you can put a stack of items in there, and when you stand in this pressure plate, you should see that it will come flying out of the dispenser, which is just awesome. and they should all stop when you get off. Okay, that's great. To finish off this little circuit here, what you're going to need to do is put a block up there, and it's going to have a redstone torch in it, and some redstone dust, which now faces into this block. And underneath here we get a sticky piston, and put it just like this, and then a redstone block on that face. So when you stand on the pressure plate now, that's all clicking. Makes a really annoying sound, I know. But you should be able to place a block right there, and you can see it pushes out. Get rid of the block, it goes back. Just like so. Now let's chuck in some of our collection systems for the saplings and for the bone meal. So what we want to do is put these two chests like this, kind of on either side of the piston. We're going to have hoppers going into each one of them. There's only one hopper like that, but on this one, hoppers come back 3 blocks and out 1. Let's just get the most out of the saplings that drop down. And now we're going to have a double chest like this. Doesn't have to be a double chest, but I'm just going to use it. It's easy. And we're going to have hoppers that go into this dropper here. They come out and go around like this. So when you put things, your bone meal, into this chest, it's going to come all the way down here around those hoppers, and it's going to go into your dropper. And it's going to go into the dispenser once you're sitting on this pad here. So let's just give that a try. As you can see, got the particles now. Remember, this isn't wasting any bone meal. It will only waste bone meal if there's a sapling or something that can grow with bone meal is on this block here. So don't worry about that. Now it's time for the pistons. What we're going to do is try and get a temporary block just there. I've got our first wall of pistons come up here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now hopefully we go back 1 block and we miss this bottom one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here it's the same again, except we now don't get rid of the bottom 2. And then we just go up 3. Like so. To finish off the main bulk of this build and the leaf crusher, I'm going to put in the rest of these normal pistons. Have 3 across like that, and then just 2 down here, not 1 behind this block. Then go up again, up to the top here. These are the pistons that will crush the leaves and turn them into saplings. And we've got 1 up again on top of that block, and then it goes up again the same level as the rest of these. Other designs have like another couple layers of pistons, but I've realised that trees actually don't grow that tall. The other layers that are high, all they do is crush leaves, but that's fine because they can decay on their own in this design. And it saves a lot of resources if you do it like this. Now we're going to do the wall that pushes all the logs across to that one big block. Now this thing is 5 tall, so make sure you don't forget that one at the bottom there. And then it goes across 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, well, all the way to 10. I'll fill that in off camera. And that's pretty much the main bulk of the build really. We've just got the wiring up to do, which will take quite a while actually. So this bit here, it can get very complicated. And bear with me, I might make a couple of mistakes, but they'll only be minor things and I'll fix them up at the end of the video if I do make any. So from this redstone block here, I'm going to come out 2, then down 1. Redstone there. And then I do believe up like this, and then up again. Redstone torch there. A redstone torch there, like that. So when this block comes across, I'm going to unpower this one, and that one's going to go up. We've got a block there. And then now coming out of this bottom piston, we've got 2 slabs. Then we've got a full block and a full block there. These are the slabs like that. Oh, sorry. 2 full blocks like this, and 2 like that, and slabs all around like this. And I do believe we're going to cover all of this in redstone, just like so. There's a fair bit of it, but it's actually cheaper than other designs I've seen. Next up, we get rid of this one, because that's not supposed to be there. And now we've got these 2 slabs like this on either side. Just like so, those covered in redstone as well. And now coming out of these, we have these full blocks, and on those are going to be repeaters. Oh, what's up there? There we go. So it happens on both sides, like so. I'll check the timings on those in a second, and those go into full blocks like this, and then down around the outside they go into a line of full blocks, just like so. So they are both on one tick, so you don't have to change those. But now we're going to do this, that goes down one block, then across like so, and then we have one block like that, and then a slab, and now we're going to have another slab there, so got kind of that going on. There we go. Alright, that's it. And now we cover all of this except that one in redstone. There we go, it's crazy, I know. But we should see that all works. And now it's same over here. So go down like that, across again, slab there, and another slab there. And this is all just mostly just getting all this redstone to go up and down without breaking everything really. So I think we'll give it a test to see what's working. So we're going to grab a redstone block and just put it on there. And now we should go around and we see that all of this redstone is activated. It looks really good. And we should see, yes, that all of the pistons have activated through here. So that is a good thing. Everything's working. It's fabulous. We've passed this half of it, which is just awesome. Alright, so let's move on to this last circuit here, which activates this whole wall. Let's get some red clay for that. Awesome. Now what you want to do is have strips of this red clay going all the way along here. Like so, 3 of those. And then we're going to go along and cover all of these in redstone once again. To finish this mini circuit, extend this all by 1 block. Then down the bottom here we've got 1 block under here. It's got a torch on it. And then next to that we've got 2 blocks like so. And we're going to have a redstone torch elevator coming up like this. So we've got torches, it's got 1 more actually. Maybe torches just like this. And when you've done this, you should see that all of this entire wall comes out if you've got all the redstone down there. And then on the other side of these blocks, there's bottom one there, go like that, and you should see that they will go back in again. And to finish it off, got 2 blocks like this. Now, test if this works. It's a very simple circuit, but just test it. What we're going to do is play a block there. It should all move forward, again, and basically that's what pushes all of the wood blocks forward. So they go very cool. Now, it may look like a crazy mess of redstone, that's pretty much what it is. So we're going to get some filler blocks, like glass here, and we're going to fill in these empty spaces. So we don't want any saplings going into these blocks, these hoppers here, because they transport bone meal. So it's going to fill all this up, fill in these edges, maybe so leaves don't escape as much. Go down here, there's a couple blocks there if you want. This is all, it's not really that necessary, but give it a block there so more saplings don't get into there. And then up there if you want. This is just to stop leaves from growing in these spaces here, because they're not going to get picked up. Like if the leaves turn into saplings, they're not going to get picked up anything. And yeah, it's not necessary, the leaves can grow there, it's not going to affect anything. But if you don't want them there, then it's fine. Now what we're going to do is put some glowstone above this dirt. This will stop the grease. If you've seen that some oak trees, they grow into those really big ones, and they can break this farm. So to make sure they stay the same size, we're going to go up 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8 to put glowstone. And don't need any of those. And then right now that's just up by itself. It looks kind of silly, but you can, you know, add a little arch over if you want or something. You can do that yourself. And now if you want to put up like a floor here that you can walk along on to cut your trees down. That's what I'd always do. So I can see I've done it on that one. It's not something too fancy. Good thing you might want to light it up so you know creepers don't come along and spawn. And make sure you leave that block open. But now we can give this thing a test. So, gonna need bone meal and a fair bit of it, so let's get a couple stacks. Remember, there's a link at the end of the video if you want to see where to get bone meal. I've got a farm that I've made. Oak saplings, let's get those. Right, so sand here, that ticks over. Chocolate bone meal into here. It's going to come through, as you can see, to the dispenser. Now, for the moment of truth, will everything work? Oh, didn't see it that time, they kind of lag out. Let's see. This again. As I said, it takes a while, it can take a while, it's annoying, but there you go, you can put glass there if you want, I guess. Looks like I'm going to lag out a bit. It's working, as you can see, they're getting pushed across. Like I said, those leaves here, it's not affecting anything, doesn't matter. But, yeah, you can put it there. Remember, don't put, if you want to like stop leaves, don't put glass there, because that's going to break up this redstone. Well, it doesn't look like it, but it will. Leaves won't grow here, it's a bit too far away. But don't put glass out like this, like there, because it'll break up that redstone and it won't activate. But looks like everything is working. As you can see, there's no leaves inside the leaf chamber here, so all the crushers are working. I've got some saplings falling down. Maybe I've got one there. The drop rate of saplings is a lot smaller than it is if you cut down a lone tree out in the wild. And some do get caught up like that, that's just a fact of life. I'll try to make a design that halves a mechanism that helps you get saplings quickly in the future, so look out for that. There'll be a link at the end of the video if that's out. And as you can see, it's now working. So let's go a little bit of a time lapse, and I'll fill up this whole thing with logs, and I'll sort of looks like. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it's all working perfectly fine. Remember, if there's any issues, there's a word down in the description that you can download. There's a list of all the materials you're going to need in the description as well. And if you need any help, just comment, because I'll be happy, absolutely just happy to come and help you. Other than that, I hope this video was good. I've been working hard to make it better than any previous video I've ever made, pretty much. So hopefully this video's looked and sounded and just flowed a lot better than the others have. And make sure to leave a like if you like this. Tell me if you've used it in your own worlds, Minecraft. And to see more tutorials, make sure to subscribe. Other than that, I've been Blaze, and I'll see you next time.